Добрый день, уважаемые зрители и подписчики канала Moscow Sotheby International Realty. С вами Элина Мюллер, и сегодня мы поговорим о Кипре, об актуальных тенденциях рынка недвижимости, об изменениях в кипрской инвестиционной программе и наиболее интересных инвестиционных сценариях. Все это я хочу обсудить с нашим гостем, господином Филиппосом Георгиу, владельцем и генеральным директором девелоперской компании Кипра. Добрый день, Филиппос.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very glad to be here with you today.
И первый мой вопрос по поводу рынка недвижимости Кипра. Как вы его оцениваете сегодняшнего состояния? Есть ли какое-то отличие между рынками различных городов? И если, например, мы сравним два наиболее популярных города среди русскоязычных клиентов – Пафос и Лимассол?
Well, the market at the moment is on a very positive moment. We can say that the last 3-4 years definitely Cyprus property market is really moving forward and is recovering from the very low which has been around 2009 to 2013. We do believe that there is still room to develop, and if we will compare the two main cities which are very popular to the investors today, Limassol and Paphos, there is some differences definitely. Starting from Limassol, we will say that Limassol is an established city, has been receiving investments for the last 15-20 years, especially from Russian investors. Many of them, they live there, so it's a big community of foreigners, which they are moving and sometimes overheating the market, I would say. But Limassol, it's, as I said, it's a ready city, it's an established city, has a lot of things to offer, from lifestyle to leisure to schools to entertainment. It's a business city also because of the port, import, export. So we can say that Limassol has already grown by 70-80% from what it can be grown. Of course, there is some areas in Limassol which are in high demand, and as from previous saying that there is again room to move forward. Now, Paphos has been a destination mostly for English buyers 15 to 20 years ago. Nowadays, Paphos is changing. It's not reaching Limassol level yet, of course, but there is room. Of course, there's room to cover, and there is opportunities in Paphos. Having in mind that the last 3-4 years we have a very active mayor who is running a lot of projects in the city. Paphos has been the European capital 2 years ago. So infrastructure is already there, and there is more projects to come. Paphos is not a big town like Limassol and has different things to offer. More easy life, more comfortable way of living. But with the new infrastructure coming there, I do believe that Paphos also has a very great potential.
То есть получается, что в ценах на недвижимость в Пафосе есть еще какой-то люфт, куда расти им, чтобы догнать уровень Лимассола, поэтому инвесторам сейчас интересно заходить на рынок недвижимости Пафоса.
Having in mind the difference in the level at the moment for the two cities, I would say that some difference in the prices is normal to be today. Of course, there is some areas which the difference can be 30-40%. We have different kind of clients. Some clients they would like to go just to Limassol because it's an established town, as we said. Some clients they want to benefit from the difference on the price and invest mostly in Paphos. But there is also clients that would like to mix and match their investment portfolio. Maybe one property in Limassol for living, investment for Paphos, because Paphos is very popular in renting properties out to holiday makers. So there is 3 main categories, let's say, which we can say: only investment in Limassol, only investment in Paphos, or mix and match the two cities together.
Как вы считаете, так называемая кипрская инвестиционная программа, она повлияла на рынок недвижимости Кипра?
Yeah, definitely there is an impact from the investment program. Of course, it was an impact from the permanent residency program, which started back in 2011. But since we have the citizenship via investment for the passport applications, of course there is a more demand for I would say elite properties. Most of the investors trying to benefit from the program, they will not invest their money in old-fashioned buildings. I would say most of the investors to try to invest in new and really luxurious properties, which they will have also future in their investments. And most of the investors, they would like to get some benefits from that by renting or selling later on. So yes, there is an impact from the program. At the moment, I have to tell you that besides there is an impact, still we haven't reached the high prices of before recession. So definitely there is a gap to catch.
Кипрская инвестиционная программа – это официальное название программы предоставления гражданства в обмен на инвестиции, которая действует на Кипре. Филиппос, не могли бы вы рассказать, в программе произошли некоторые изменения, что это за изменения, на что они повлияли?
Yes, since 15th of May this year, it's few changes on the program. Of course, the investment moves from 2 million to 2,150,000 euros plus the taxes. The 150,000 euros should go to some investment funds of the government, so it's a not refundable investment. Then a Schengen visa is an obligatory before an applicant will apply for the investment program. And another one important new fact is that the investors, they have to keep their properties for 5 years now and not for 3 that used to be before. These are actually the main changes. So from 2 million to 2,150,000, Schengen visa before application, and 5 years to hold the properties before they will offload, let's say. But of course they have the right always to sell beforehand and exchange or upgrade their investment, or to rent out their investments.
Я думаю, что есть еще одно важное изменение – это отказ в получении, точнее в претендовании на кипрский паспорт тем, кто имеет отказы по другим европейским программам. Это тоже очень важно иметь в виду при принятии решения, в какой программе идти и пытаться получить европейское гражданство. Все клиенты, которые претендуют на получение кипрского гражданства через инвестиции, можно разделить на 2 группы. Одни – это конечные пользователи, те, кто покупают недвижимость для себя. И здесь все немножечко проще, понятнее, потому что люди покупают для себя, исходят из своих предпочтений. А вот вторая категория – это инвесторы. И здесь ситуация более сложная, но и более интересная. Что ваша компания может предложить таким клиентам? Есть ли у вас какие-то свои собственные сценарии инвестиционные, которые могут привлечь такого рода клиентов?
Yes, exactly like you said. We have 2 categories of clients. The first one, let's say, we have to follow their ideal home, which they will invest 2 or sometimes more million to live there or enjoy their holidays in their own house or a luxury apartment. The second category, as you have mentioned, is that the clients that are looking to be a part of a big project and purchase 3, 4, 5 or more apartments, using the first one as a residency house, of course, and benefit the reduced VAT, which is 5% on the first house. And this one, as you know, has to have a minimum value of 500,000 euros. And they should keep this for the whole process, unless if they want to replace it with a similar value property or more. So the rest amount of 1.5, 1.6, 2, 3 million, it depends on every client, goes to several properties, which we as a company, we have a special department dealing with the rentals. So we can offer a very good service without any headaches to the investors, and we rent with a substantial return to our clients. We also have a subcategory on this from these investors, let's say, which they would like to buy their own buildings. We have several requests recently, And we have some prime locations and plots which we can offer the plot and build for the investor their own building or small tower. It depends from the budget, of course, and the location that building will be. And again, we can offer via some companies the flexibility to rent out and get some money back for the first 3, 4, 5, 6 years, or how long they want to keep the investment.
На какой доход могут рассчитывать инвесторы в обоих случаях, если они идут по сценарию покупки недвижимости и сдачи ее последующей в аренду или инвестиции в проекты под строительство? Что они могут ожидать в этом случае?
Definitely, a correct and a smart investment can give you a yearly benefit. If you buy off plan, of course, you could expect that the property price will grow during the first 18 to 24 months of construction and benefit from there. That's the first thing that an investor will check out. The second one is that by renting the properties, we can guarantee from 3 to 4%. It depends on the location of the property and what kind of property it is, of course. But 3 to 4, it's something that we can really generate. Sometimes we can do more than that, but has to be a beachfront property or a property with great facilities around and so close to the sea in order to achieve more than 4%. But realistically, 3 to 4 is something that we can really generate.
Сколько примерно занимает строительство, по времени строительства таких проектов, если клиент вместе с вами входит в какой-то проект на любом цикле и строит его с вашей компанией?
Yeah, okay. Having in mind that now we have to have a planning permit in order to apply for the citizenship program. If the investor would like to choose a mature project which already has a planning permission, and we are ready to start within 3-4 weeks after signing the contracts and receiving the first payment, we should expect deliveries from 12 to 18 months. It depends on the project square meters, how big is the project. If the investor would like to choose his own plot and then start the process from scratch, design according to his taste, apply for the planning permission or the building permission, we will need 3 to 4 months to finalize this process and then another 12 to 18 to complete. So let's say maximum 18 months to 20 if the project is not matured and ready to be launched is a time.
Это значит, что в течение 5-летнего срока, в течение которого инвестор должен удерживать свои активы согласно программе, он может реинвестировать 2-3 раза как минимум в новый проект, соответственно, зарабатывать каждый раз на новом проекте. Это верно?
Yeah, this is an option, of course. Besides that, I have to tell you that most of the clients, they would like to secure the properties and they don't really want to sell easy. Of course, there is some clients that want to sell, gain the profit and then reinvest in some other project of us or together in a bigger project or something like that, because always they would like to go in a small one and then feeling comfortable with the country, with the process, with ourselves. They would like to upgrade to bigger projects and bigger scale projects. But there is also some clients that they would like to buy their own building or invest in a big project, and they just want to keep the properties and gain the rental. It's always up to every single client.
Говоря о покупке зарубежной недвижимости, неважно, клиент покупает для себя или он инвестор, все равно, находясь в России, еще не выезжая из страны, они смотрят на фотографии, прежде всего, на картинки, поскольку такая есть эмоциональная составляющая. Не могли бы вы рассказать о своих проектах, которые уже, например, есть, да, в наличии, и которые могут подойти клиентам, которые покупают для собственного использования, для проживания, для отдыха и так далее?
We have several projects in Paphos, and very soon we will launch projects in Limassol also. In Paphos, we have projects that big projects, big scale projects, which investors they can just select from 2 to 5 apartments, let's say, for the citizenship program, or they will just invest for the permanent residency in a house of 300 and plus. Of course, beachfront villas, second line villas, apartments very close to the promenade and to the sea, and custom-made properties. Mostly we customize villas in big plots, or like we already discussed, we customize the need of a client for his own building. With the same philosophy now we are investing in land in Limassol, and the idea in Limassol actually is to do the second scenario, is to offer to the clients the chance to invest in small projects, having their own land, and we will develop for them. Projects will be approximately from 500 to 1,000 square meters in Limassol, and in Paphos we are building projects from 200 to 5,000 square meters. It depends on location, of course.
Каков ваш прогноз? Как будет меняться рынок недвижимости Кипра в ближайшие 2-3 года? Будут ли какие-то серьезные существенные изменения?
That's a very important and tricky question. We always try to be on the safe side and not to over-exceed the expectations of ourselves and the clients. But it seems that the market is moving correctly high. I would say that it's not only the investment program which is really hitting the market. You know very well that the strategic location of Cyprus, it's very important geographically. It's very blessed, let's say, because we are very close to Europe and Middle East. We have 2 international airports. We have already found gas and oil in Cyprus. The economy is growing. The GDP is growing significantly, one of the best in Europe. The government debt it's less and less, and the banking system is more strong than before. So it's many things together that they would really assist and help the properties to move forward and gain more profits. So I would say that the future is bright for Cyprus. Definitely for the next 2-3 years we expect more good things to come, and we're always, when the property market is moving, a lot of industry around the property and many sectors around industry are moving together. So yes, I do believe that we have a great future as an island, and especially mentioning before Paphos and Limassol, they would have the majority in this.
Филиппос, мой последний вопрос, может быть, он немножечко такой с интригой, но тем не менее я задаю часто этот вопрос всем нашим гостям. Какую рекомендацию вы дадите тем, кто задумывается о покупке недвижимости на Кипре или об инвестициях на Кипр?
Okay, it is tricky, yes, but thank you for the question. I would always recommend to investors to be focused on exactly their needs. If someone is looking to buy property for himself, he has to think the investment as a second scenario, because it's a property for yourself. It's a needs of the family, it's a priority, and then is the investment part of it. If you're going just to invest in properties and benefit from rentals or from the value and sell later on, it's a different scenario. And of course, if you buy your own building with the idea to rent it or sell it later and reinvest, it's again a different scenario. I would just, if I was an investor today from Russia, let's say, and I was supposed to touch Cyprus investment program and make a research on it, I would choose a reliable partner, of course, in Moscow. I would choose a reliable partner in Cyprus, and I would try to minimize my risk by choosing properties of location, having in mind location, quality, and future. So investors should be smart. They are always smart. Investors are always smart. You know, it's like saying to my people, my sales team and marketing team, always the investor is very important for you to understand that he may be smarter than us, you know, because he is already investing in several markets in Russia, overseas. So we have to give him the best of the product. If you're trying to give to your clients, each client individually, the best of the product, then 99% you can have a deal, and then he has a future with yourselves, with Sotheby, with us, and with the market.
Филиппос, большое спасибо, мы очень рады, что вы к нам сегодня пришли. Уважаемые зрители, я уверена, что у вас осталось много вопросов по Кипру, по проекту, который предлагает девелоперская компания Филиппосом Георгиу. Пожалуйста, все ваши вопросы оставляйте в комментариях к данному видео, пишите, звоните нам по телефонам, указанным на нашей страничке. Мы будем рады все прокомментировать, на все вопросы ответить. Тема достаточно глубокая, она требует индивидуальной консультации и личной беседы. Приглашаем вас к нам в офис в Москве или на Кипре. Подписывайтесь на наш канал, ставьте нам лайки, не забывайте нажимать на колокольчик, который оповестит вас о выпуске новых эфиров. Всего доброго, до свидания.